Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, I think it's a pretty cool video in the sense of I'm going to be talking about kind of the pros and cons of opening up a physical cell phone repair store slash buy and sell store. I don't really know what to call it because a lot of these stores have, they offer a lot of things such as repairs, like prepaid services, also just buying and selling these phones. So there's not really a certain name for it, but I'm going to be talking about the pros and the cons. I'm going to go through 3 of each one of them. I'm going to go one by one and just kind of walk you guys through why, in a sense, I think that the pros outweigh the cons for opening up a cell phone repair store. If you guys have any suggestions or comments what you think about the video, definitely leave a comment down below. And if you enjoy any part of it, definitely give it a thumbs up. And lastly, if you're not part of the family yet, hit that subscription button down below. I'd appreciate the support so much. With that said, let's get right into today's video. So I want to make it known that I'm just probably about 4 months away from opening up my first retail location. I'm not going in it by myself. I'm actually going with a partner, which I think is smart. A lot of people I've seen in the past try to go into it by themselves, and it can get super overwhelming, especially when you have to hire employees, and there's just a lot of capital required to be able to get in the store. So it's good if you just kind of even it out, and there's a lot of money to be made. But that's kind of getting into pros and cons. But the first one is that is really scalable in my opinion. I always talked about this in other videos, but there's kind of 2 paths you can kind of take to be able to scale your business. For me, and probably like 99% of you that are watching this video, all we really know is just buying and selling out of like basically where we live. It's just at home kind of thing where whether you're repairing or not, you just kind of do it out of your home and you just go ahead and ship phones or either just resell locally where you're just meeting up. Well, that's great, but to be honest, there's kind of a cap that you can kind of make. And yeah, some people will make this amount, some people will make a lot less here, but I mean, that's just all about the kind of grind and hustle you're willing to put in. But there's only so many hours you have in a day, and there's only so many phones in a sense, in my opinion, that you can go out there and buy every single day to be able to make whatever money you have. And for me, that's why a cell phone repair store is really cool. And it's also, again, just not even just repairs, but it's very scalable. You get into the repair side of things, you can get into the prepaid, offering prepaid services kind of thing. You can get into just buying and selling. So there's a lot of ways you can make money, and you can mark up those prices pretty well. Obviously, you want to be competitive with what the market's already looking like. I'd recommend just what we're probably going to do is just below or kind of right in the middle range. We obviously don't want to be the highest. We obviously don't want to be the lowest too, because that's cutting margins pretty slim. And we're a new store, so that's definitely not smart on the front end of things. But in terms of scalability, it's definitely great to open up a store. The other way I'd say is just to open up an online business where you're buying phones from around the country. And I had a guy mention to me the other day, why don't you just buy phones when you're getting a lot more phones around the country to be able to do that, and you can just work out of your home. You don't require that startup cost of opening a store, like having a paying rent for a retail location. Well, yeah, he has a good point that you could just buy phones from wherever, but why can't I do that also in store? Why can't I really hit my market hard locally, but also offer online services where people can mail in their phones, you ship them, you fix them in a day or two, and then ship them back out, priority mail. So, I mean, you just have to kind of be a creative thinker when it comes to opening up a retail location, how you can differentiate your business from every single other one. Now, the first kind of con that I have for opening up a cell phone store is kind of what I already mentioned. There's a high kind of startup cost. It's not a lot of money compared to like other retail stores that you think of, like opening up a McDonald's or Panda Express. That's like $1 million or like multiple 6 figures to open this up. For us, we're probably going to spend around $30,000 to get like a good location with a brand new inside kind of thing, do a little bit of renovations here and there, and also get inventory, get all that good stuff that if you guys have ever walked into a shop, pretty much that's the kind of things we have to buy. There's not a lot that goes into it. Most of the money is spent on the retail location, and then like signs, any parts you need for buying and like fixing these phones or whatever. So that's kind of how one kind of con for the cell phone repair side of things. Now, the second pro that I have is building a physical brand and also building social credibility. So I've talked about this a lot in other videos, but having a physical location gives you a lot of credibility. I mean, if you're just a person like me out of my home, it's hard to get somebody's trust, but when somebody walks into a retail store, they already built that connection that you do legit business. You're not trying to scam them, because if if you end up scamming somebody from a store, or you don't offer like some sort of guarantee after you fix something and it malfunctions, they can attack you legally. Like they physically know who you are. But for me, like it's a little bit more ambiguous if you're on the, and you have to put yourself in their shoes. Like if you're on that side of things and you're buying from somebody, you're always a little bit sketched out, because OfferUp or LetGo just has this kind of vibe where you don't really know who it is and you can't trust them. Well, the minute that they see even just a sign on the side of a road or a sign on the store, you built that credibility already. So one, you can charge a lot higher prices for, in a sense, just selling these phones that you might buy from people and reselling them in the shop. And again, it's just that social credibility of, you can build a true brand around it. You can have legit business cards where people can always come visit you. Obviously you're gonna have business hours and stuff like that, but that's a great side I kind of saw, and a huge advantage for why I wanted to open up a retail location. Now, I talked about this kind of in that last point, but the second con that I have is you're fully liable for anything that goes wrong. So again, this kind of ambiguity for somebody like me or you that just buys out of our home. If something goes wrong with the phone, obviously we should be good people and return it, but a lot of times they don't even know how to contact us back, and these phones can potentially go bad months later. There's not much we can do. We kind of luck out in that situation. But if you're in a store, you're fully liable. If you fix a phone and it blows up in somebody's ear, obviously I hope you have protection and stuff like that, like in some sort of contract that you make them sign. But I mean, you're fully liable for everything. So that, in a sense, it's not a con. Like that means you're doing good business. But you, in a sense, that's a kind of a cost for you, right? You have to take into account like 30 or 60 or 90-day kind of guarantees, which again is doing good business, and you're gonna get a lot more customers that way. But again, there's that legal side of things that you have to kind of take into account a lot more like closely, in a sense, than if you're just doing it as a small business outside your home. And the third pro that I have is you're able to outsource a lot of work. So that's a huge advantage for me, just being a business owner. I can outsource somebody at the front desk, and I can outsource maybe one technician in the back, maybe rotating through 2 or 3 that work different hours during the week. So that is a huge advantage in the fact that I can go invest my time and my money in other things, especially when you open up multiple shops. Yeah, my time, especially in the beginning, it's not so much outsourcing, it's me getting to know customers, figuring out the business, because I don't know what's going wrong or what's going right if I'm not at the shop all the time. So I'm going to be spending a lot of the time with my partner at that shop in the beginning, probably for the first year or 2. But after that, you can really outsource things once you kind of figure out some sort of fluid method. And I can spend my time and my money. For me, that's probably going to be in some sort of real estate. So whether that's fixing and flipping or wholesaling, or whether I become some sort of real estate agent and just showing properties, making more money that way, or just investing in any other thing. Like I don't really know what's going to come across my desk in the next year, or possibly 5 years, but I'm not going to speak about it because I don't know either. But it'll be interesting to see what kind of opportunities present itself, whether it's a good or bad market. I know I'm going to be able to make money with that extra time and that money. And I hate leaving the video off on a con, but the last one is I could easily fail. Like that's what probably a lot of you are gonna think. I know how I have a lot of people that don't really think I'm gonna do well in it. Totally fine. I could give a crap's less. I think I really know how to run a business. I've done it in the past with this business I've grown, especially building a community of you guys around me. But for those of you that support me, I just have to give you a quick shout out. I appreciate it so much. You're the ones that really keep me going. People that try to put me down, good luck, buddy. Like it doesn't affect me or anything like that. But with that said, I have to be honest with myself. Like this shop could go haywire. Like maybe I'd make a total big mistake, and obviously we're gonna do everything in our power to avoid that. But I mean, what's to say like it's just gonna fail? Like maybe we get a bad location we thought it was gonna be good, and it just fails. Maybe a business right next to us, or the whole plaza kind of goes out of business. Like maybe if we try to get next to a carrier store, it leaves. That could potentially hurt our business. So there's a lot of factors that you can kind of moderately, in a sense, kind of navigate through and work around. But anything can happen. The biggest thing we want to avoid is relying our business on solely the location of another business, because things always leave, things happen that are out of our control. So we need to find somewhere, and that's just one of the ways that we could fail. It's just because of location. But just for the sake of the video, that's one of the things we really have to work on. So again, I hate leaving it off on a fail thing, like, or a con I should say, but we're really excited for what the future holds in this. I know a couple other YouTubers that promote phone flipping have cell phone shops, and I really think you guys will enjoy the content that we're going to release. We're probably going to make a new whole YouTube channel that's just kind of the day-to-day lives of us building a cell phone repair business. I think it's never really been done before. People show their store, but they don't show the process to opening up that store and it becoming potentially successful. So I'm really excited for the future. I hope you guys are as well. If you guys enjoyed some part of today's video, definitely give it a thumbs up. If you aren't part of the family yet, hit that subscription button down below. I'd appreciate the support so much. With that said, I'll catch you guys in the next video.